Hello learners, today I am going to present a new lesson and today's lesson is about the state verb. Okay, look at the picture. I am a teacher and I teach at a school. In the first sentence, the verb is a V verb. What does the verb describe? Does it describe an action or does it describe a state? Now, second sentence, I teach at a school. Here the verb is teach. And does the verb teach describe an action or does the verb teach describe a state? Yes, the first verb am is describing a state and the second verb teach is describing an action. Okay, we can categorize the English verbs in two types, the state verb and the action verbs. Today, I will focus on the state verb. Let us know the definition. State verbs are the verbs that describe state or condition or situation rather than action. State verbs are not physical. You cannot see the action of a state verb. Generally, we do not use a state verb in continuous tenses. It is used rarely in the continuous tenses. Some examples: we, like, appreciate, prefer, realize, love, know, understand, hate, agree, wish, imagine, have, satisfy, know, etc. Okay, we can also categorize the state verbs in four types. Number one, possession and having. Number two, sense. Number three, emotions and feelings. Number four, mental state. Okay, now I will show you some examples of state verbs and their uses. First, the possession verbs. Have, own, possess, belong, etc. These are the possession verbs. Look at the picture. I have a computer. I belong to a computer. One thing you should remember for using the state verb, and it is that you cannot use state verbs in any continuous tenses. This is not wise. Okay, look at the example. I am belonging to a computer. This is not correct. You cannot use the verb belong in the continuous tenses. Remember this. Okay, the sense verbs. Hear, smell, look, see, touch, feel, etc. These are the sense verbs. They refers to our sense. Look at the picture. It's the picture of food. Okay, the food smells good, but not the food is smelling good, because you cannot use smell in continuous form. You can use the state verbs in any other tenses but except continuous form. Okay, now we'll talk about the emotion verbs. Love, hate, like, dislike, hope, wish, desire, etc. They are related to our emotion. Look at the picture. And look at the example. I hate gambling. Here the verb is hate and it is describing an emotion. And as I have said earlier that you cannot use a state verb in continuous form. I am not hating gambling or I am hating gambling. These are not correct. You cannot use them. Now, mental state. Some verbs describe your mental state. They are believe, understand, realize, recognize, agree, disagree, remember, forget, etc. Look at the picture. I believe in unity. Here, the verb believe is describing my mental state, not any action. Okay, but not I am believing in unity. This is incorrect. Remember this. There are some verbs that are both state and action verb. They are think, mind, have, smell, sound, feel, measure, taste, look, etc. You can use the verbs as state verbs and also you can use the verbs as action verbs depending on the situation. Okay, state verbs can turn to action verbs depending on the situations and context. Actually, a verb is state when it is used in the state situation and a verb is an action verb when it is used in the action context. Look at the example. Mina thinks the dress is nice. Okay, here think is used as state verb because it is not describing any action. It's describing an opinion. It is a mental state. Okay, look at the example again. She is thinking about buying the dress. Here, think is used as an action verb because the verb think is describing the action of buying. So, thinking refers to considering. One more example. Mixed verbs have two meanings. One is state and the other is action. Okay, look at the sentence. She looks happy. Here, the verb is look. The verb look is describing a state. It refers to a state. Okay. Now look at the example again. She is looking at the flower. Here, look is used as an action verb because it's referring an action. She is looking at the flower. Okay, now how can you identify a state verb or an action verb? I am telling this. Ask yourself, does it describe an action? If the answer is no, then it is a state verb. Okay, I'm clearing it with an example. I know the boy. Here the verb is know, and if you ask that does know describe an action or does it describe a state? Certainly it's describing a state. It's not describing an action. Okay, the verb know is describing my sense, not an action. Okay, one more example to clear the concept. I am teaching a boy. Here the verb is teach. Teaching is an action because when I teach, I move my body, my hands, my face, and everything, and they are involving in action. Okay, so the verb teach is describing the action of teaching, and the verb teach is an action verb. Okay, learners, let's have a review. State verbs tell or describe the state of being and having. They do not describe any action. Okay. Number two, state verbs are not used in any continuous tense. Okay, I think you have got some ideas about the state verbs, and that was all for today. Thank you very much. I hope to see you later.